This is the Chat City Interviews from 103.2 Preston FM with your host, Hughie Parr.
And our first guest in the studio this morning is Anthony Moorcroft from Lancashire County Council. So, Anthony, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you.
And you too.
And you've come in to tell us all about Golden Raven Productions.
Yeah, that's correct. That's a company formed by the children and young people who access Lancashire County Council's Children and Young People Services, and it's a way of them to maybe be in charge of something and take care of their own company. So it's to promote themselves really, and to promote what they do and give people a different view of children and young people. So it's quite an exciting and innovative company really.
Right, and what are some of the ways then that they do that?
The ways in which they're doing it at the moment is looking through the arts and different mediums into order to convey different messages out there to society. They're offering the opportunity at the moment to other children and young people. So, as I said, it is a company owned by the young people and run by the children and young people. And they're looking at different avenues, how they can express the issues that matter to children and young people that are brought up by children and young people. So it is really, self-run. It is a fantastic thing to witness and watch in action.
And how long has it been going?
It's relatively new. I mean, it's only been going about 14 months, I would say, from its conception to now. But it's had phenomenal success in such a short space of time, including being put forward for a national award, which is like just unbelievable considering how long they've been going for it. So.
Right, because I mean, sadly, we're so used to seeing in the media bad press about young people, and often they're given a negative image.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose this is one of the reasons behind. I mean, I was quite lucky to be there at the start of it, and I'm quite fortunate, I feel, to be sat here today to represent those children and young people. They're all at school today, which may shock a few people, but they are all at school. They do that. So I've been fortunate to be on their behalf. But it was, as you say, it stemmed from that really, where I think they're a bit fed up of getting a bit of a bad rap from society and different medias. So it's a case of, well, let's show people what we're really about, and I suppose creating that rich child within that people don't really get a chance to see.
Right, and one of the things that they have done is a film, I understand, Beyond All Limits, which was premiered in Preston.
It premiered at View Cinema. The View was fantastic with us. They gave us the cinema for a couple of hours, and they went and they premiered this film. The film was the first. It's going to be the first of several films, and it's looking at equality and diversity. This was a theme that was brought up by the children and young people in their first initial meeting, and they're now directors of the company. And it was a sort of introduction into what equality and diversity is, and it's sort of Beyond All Limits came from, well, there's children there with disabilities in the film, and there's mainstream children, and they just want to show that, look, no matter what limits you think we have, we can show you that we can go above and beyond. And they're in their skydiving, they're rock climbing, they're skiing, they're doing possibly things that you don't necessarily associate with children with disabilities, and also children from the backgrounds that access some of our services in Lancashire. It's just the fact that children are children, and they're valued members of society, and this is a sort of positive note we need to give them, really.
Right, and did they do the full production? Were they the stars of the show, the producer, the director? They
were the stars, the producers, the directors. They sourced funding, they went and they met people, they held meetings, they've done absolutely everything, and like I say, it's quite inspiring for us as a local authority to witness this, and and as a local authority in these sort of times of austerity, where money is quite short everywhere around, for them to stand back and say, look, we're giving the power to the children and young people and promoting the children and young people is fantastic. And
I understand the film's done in a James Bond-esque drama kind of way.
It is. It was one of those things where you, like, as an adult, start to sort of get a little bit scared when somebody says we want to do James Bond as a theme. You're thinking, how are you going to do this? But they got in touch with Aston Martin. Yes. Let us go to one of those their showrooms. They sat in Aston Martins. They drove Aston Martins. Wow. The film is something that you don't expect. And they've now started work on the next production, which is going to be even bigger and better, I think. And
that must have been absolutely fantastic for them to see it on a big screen in a large cinema complex.
Yeah, I mean, well, some of the children that we work with and the young people that we work with, obviously film to them means you go see a film at the cinema. So it had to really come that full circle where they could see themselves on the big screen, and it was quite breathtaking to sit there and like, it blew you away, really, because you used to seeing these sort of films on YouTube where it promotes equality and diversity, or you get a DVD, but to go and witness something like this on the big screen was phenomenal.
Wow. And I understand it's also been shortlisted for 2014 LGC Award. LGC?
Yeah, the Local Government Chronicle, which is an award for all local authorities in England to apply for. And it's not just in children and young people services, but it's every service that a local authority provides. We entered within the children and young people services, and they had a record number of entrants, and you get shortlisted. So we've been shortlisted to final 3, which is a massive achievement in itself. So I mean, the children and young people themselves already feel like winners just by getting shortlisted. But it's just, again, I mean, the support from the directors and senior members and county councillors for this project, and showing that, Lancashire County Council is 100% behind these children and young people is phenomenal. And it's quite strange. It's come round in full circle, and the children have actually now provided the local authority the platform to show that they can do this. So it's been a really, truly holistic way of doing things, and it is great.
Wow. And quite a few of the youngsters, because I know the theme through it is around disabilities, as you say, equality, etc. Quite a number of the youngsters involved then with this. Do they themselves have a disability in some form?
Yeah, they do. There's a range of children with disabilities in the film, and I suppose the idea is that one of the young people that first come up with the idea was actually fed up of people talking to his wheelchair, or giving him that R effect.
I know.
And he said, "Look, I'm a person sat here. You don't need to talk to my wheelchair. Talk to me." And that was sort of the essence of the film, really. That, look, we are valued members of society, and just treat us with a bit of respect and dignity, and that is what I suppose Lancashire County Council are all about promoting, really. And this film and it's come from the children. It's not a self-prophesying DVD. This is the children and young people saying, look, we are valued, we are here, listen to us, hear what we've got to say.
And what a brilliant way of getting a message over and getting lots of adults as well as other young people to listen to it.
Yeah, it's been a bit of an head turner, and especially for those adults, and me as an adult getting quite scared and being very vulnerable at times. These young people going off and saying, we're going to get Aston Martin, we're going to get, and I'm like, a bit intrepid in the way forward, but they did it, they achieved it. So
what is your role then, Anthony? Are you one of the support workers with the group?
Yeah, fortunately, I am lucky enough to manage one of the short break residential homes we have in Lancashire County Council. And fortunately, I was amongst those young people when this sort of idea started. And all I've done is, I suppose, been a bit of an agent for change, really, and just supporting and just been there to steer it a little bit when they've needed that. But it's been that way all along from all the adults who have been involved. It's not been right, we'll take over. It's just been, okay, we're a bit scared, but we will guide you a little bit. But then again, we've had fantastic support from local charities as well. The Longshore Kids Fund, who are from Chorley, they've helped us out with money. True and Sands Children's Trust, they've helped us with money, and Mrs Dawson's Farm, they've been really supportive. The amount of support that we received, as well as the massive support from Lancashire County Council, has been excellent. It's been brilliant.
Great. How many youngsters are in the group?
In making the first initial film, there was around 20 to 24 young people, but the response for the next production has been huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spread far and wide. It's ranging now from primary schools to secondary schools. The exciting thing for the children and young people is the DVD's been shown in quite a few places, and we're even getting requests from universities to buy the DVD to show to their students, to start teaching them about equality and diversity.
Wow.
So they're actually now teaching adults. So it's
and that's what I mean. They must be thrilled that it's getting the attention and the publicity that it is.
They are, and I've said it, and I will always say it again. That they have got massive amounts to give us, and there's no blueprint for potential, or an handbook that you can give anybody to show a child's potential. But I think they've struck a bit of a note with this is our potential. So.
And where do they meet? Do they come together regularly?
They do. We're quite fortunate within Lancashire County Council with the support that these children and young people are given to get together. So they've been quite fortunate in the fact that we have been able to meet, and they've met in such a way that it's now provided the springboard for this next production, where they were able to set up a day now, which is happening the back end of March, I think the 29th of March, in a local theatre. And then that invite's going out far and wide to all the children and young people within Lancashire County Council, and even spreading out from there to come along, sign up for the next production.
Right. And
they're involving also different industries to come along and give workshops. So the overall aim of the Golden Raven Production Company is that it becomes a self-sustained company, children and young people run for children and young people. Any child or young person leaving care can then go and work for the Golden Raven, and it just goes on and goes on, and that's the dream of theirs. So
wow, and let's hope that they achieve that, because how brilliant would that be? And what about the name Golden Raven Production Company? Did they come up with that themselves?
They did. Quite a funny tale. We were after camping outside View Cinema for hours and hours on end until I met this amazing guy called Mike from View, who was absolutely a gentleman when it came to sorting stuff out. One of the young people just leaned into me and he went, "Anthony?" I went, "Yes." He went, "Golden Raven." I went, "What?" He said, "Golden Raven, that's the name." And we put it out there and everybody was like, "That's amazing." So, and it was that simple.
Wow. Well, I certainly hope they're successful with the awards, the 2014 LGC Awards, because they're up against a record-breaking 640, apparently.
Yeah, they are, and just like I say, I mean, the support from Lancashire County Council for them has been brilliant. The support the other way from the kids to Lancashire County Council has been brilliant, and it just shows what can happen when you both start listening to each other. The fact that we are up for this award, which is amazing considering its length of time that we've been going.
And DVDs are available of Beyond All Limits, I understand.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they can. I mean, if anybody wants to purchase a DVD, they can contact me, and just at my web address, really. So,
and that is
Anthony.Moorcroft@lancashire.gov.uk.
Okay, and we can give the details here if anybody contacts us. And what about maybe most young people, of course, at school? What ages are the group?
There's no age limit, really. This is the beauty of it. I mean, we've had some children involved as young as 5, right up to 18. It really is truly holistic, and it's created by children and young people, so they don't have this image of, well, you've got to be this or you've got to be that. There's no labels and no stereotyping. It's just, if you want to get involved, come along with us and get involved. So it really is open to all children and young people of all ages, all abilities. There's no benchmark.
Wow, I was going to ask that. And again, if people listening want to find out more about that and, how they can get involved, again, where's the best place to go?
Again, if they just contact me presently, because they're actually in the process of creating their own webpage, which obviously it's baby steps. They've even admitted themselves they don't want to go too far. We've been quite lucky up to now, so I think it's a time to, take these steps and get it as a concrete business. And again, the people from Lancashire County Council, the directors, the county councillors, senior members, at all levels, they're just really behind these children and young people, and it is.
Wow.
So soon, hopefully, we will drop you a line and have a website, and then it'll be. But presently, if you contact me, and I can throw out any details that you require.
Okay. Well, will you, next time you're with them all, tell them from all of us here at Preston FM, we wish them all the best. Tell them it's absolutely brilliant to hear about what they've achieved. We wish them the best for the awards, and we certainly hope that the dream comes to fruition of what they want to do in the future. Tell them we're all rooting for them here at Preston FM.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
And Anthony, thank you for coming in this morning and telling us all about the Golden Raven Production Company. Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this interview as much as we have. Why not join our Chat City family and give us a tweet at ChatCityPFM.